106, 107. So I need to address some comments that I've been getting saying I should go with 24 volt, which is not as common, but a 48 volt system, which is a very common comment. And yes, I'm very well aware of that, because I'm running these, well, these are the only wires I had left over, running to the inverter, and they're getting pretty toasty, because this is only running on a 12 volt system right now. And so that's 360 watts are coming out of the inverter, so who knows how many watts are going in. That says 540. I don't know how accurate that is. This is not probably a very efficient inverter, or even anywhere close to sinusoidal. This is an inverter that Andy's letting me borrow, by the way, just so I can test the system. So I have this wired up. I got some new wires. These are 4 gauge from Windy Nation. I'll have a link in the description so you can get these yourself, with some crimped on connections. These use a crimp that you can either use a hammer on or put it in the vise. So those are a true cold weld connection, and it's set up in parallel. So these are 2 12 volt batteries that are not really intended for this, but I got them cheap, so that's why I'm using them for now until I can get a higher voltage system set up. And then here's a battery protection that I have set up. This is a Victron Protect 12 to 24 volt model, good for 100 amps. And then running up to the inverter here, I have these also 4 gauge wires. So 4 gauge wire is good for 70 amps. And you saw in the thermal camera how cold these wires were compared to this thinner wire. I don't even know what size this is. It doesn't have any printing on it. And then I redid the connections coming in from the turbine. I still need to put insulation on them, so don't touch those. You'll get a little zap. And I soldered the connections onto these. Ultimately, in the end, I think it would have to be some sort of bolted connection. And then coming out of this, we see 186, 100 whatever watts. But I was pulling 414 watts a little bit ago. So that's fun too. I'm not sure why it's not putting out as many watts as it was before. I'll have to figure that out. You see the battery voltage is creeping down a little bit too. And this has a O-ring seal that goes in here that mates against the face of this. That's why hose fittings are nice, because it doesn't require a precise thread for sealing. Just as long as you get enough force to compress that washer, it's good. And in this one, I modified it a little bit. I added a radius in the bottom. You guys can maybe kind of see that. So that'll remove that stress riser. Then I made this housing a little bit thicker. And man, I forget if I did 100% infill on this now. I don't know that I did. Might not be strong enough. And then I made this thickness a little bit more, so the thread and the inside geometry is the same, but I have more material on the top too, so that should prevent that from breaking off as easily. I just don't remember now if I did 100% infill or not. We shall see. Okay, the problem I had is I had that large nozzle on, and it was too much water. It was drawing too much water. This is not an efficient nozzle, I know that. I was just trying to get some more peak watts out of it. But apparently it's too much water flow. So I put on a 3D printed nozzle version 2 and the traditional nozzle that I've been using for quite some time now. And it was sucking air, so I'm waiting for it to fill back up now. It takes a few minutes. And I don't know if I'm going to get to a turbo runner this season. I still hope I will, or try to. I know it's a little bit early in the hydro season for me, or midway through, I'd say even. Everything's working okay here. I'm just waiting for some fatter inverter wires, lugs to come in. I ran out of lugs. And something I had to say here is, so the large nozzle there was pulling too much water, and I don't really have any feedback besides when my pressure starts to decrease because the penstock is draining because I don't have enough water to keep it full. And so there's another viewer, Pete, that I'm collaborating with, and he's building a sensor system, a sensor and control system for this, that at the top of the hill, way up there, I'm going to have a 2-level sensors for the barrel, one for the pipe coming in and the second one for the barrel level. And it's going to have a wireless transmitter, it's going to have solar power and a battery backup. So it's going to transmit data down here as to how much water is coming in the barrel and the current level. So then I can adjust the nozzles down here appropriately in a final version that'll have more nozzles, so it'll be more finely tunable. And the way I'll do that is with these guys. So you saw this in a previous video where I was doing a sprinkler for the lawn. I didn't have enough water to pressurize the sprinkler during the middle of summer, so I would turn the sprinkler on for a half hour at a time, half on, half off with one of these, and that allowed it to maintain full pressure and use double the water that was coming out of the spring. So I can run one of these, and kind of the reason why I plumbed it up this way is I can just directly replace that valve with one of these, actually 2 of these I have now, and I can have switches inside and manually switch valves on and off from inside and not have to come out here and do it. And ultimately these will be automatically controlled depending on the amount of water that I have coming out of the spring. So I never actually drain the collection barrel at the top, ideally. And everything's working okay. Again, just waiting for fatter lugs. So we'll maybe catch up some progress on this in maybe a week or 2. I have some work I have to do at an investment property that we own. So I'll see you guys later. And I realize I haven't been doing outros, and I realize that could maybe be partially detrimental to my channel, or at least not letting it grow as quickly as it could. So I somewhat feel obligated to do this. It's not the right word. I'll roll with it. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out further little tidbit videos like these. And don't be afraid to support the channel on Patreon or PayPal. Links are in the description for that. And also I have some Amazon links down there too for things in this video and other tools that I have bought myself and approve of. So none of them are sponsored. I don't have any sponsored content. I don't have any sponsors really, except one, but that's a future video, and it's not really much of a sponsor. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys around later on Joe Plays with Water. Big jet. Small jet.